It's the Kickoff Sports Show live on Solutions 93.9 FM. My name is OLADAPO. OKUNUBI. You're listening to us live on the 93.9 FM dial. Well, this morning, it is time to talk sports, and we look at preparation of teams, national teams ahead of different qualifier games. In Africa, it is the AFCON 2025 qualifiers, and we're getting different reports from different teams. And in Europe, it is UEFA Nations League games. For three Lions of England, they'll be missing the services of key players, same as some national teams. Well, remember Kai Havertz of Arsenal has pulled out of the German national team. We'll be looking at the three Lions of England as well. Then we go to the Glass House, where the NFF president, Ibrahim Guzau, has been talking about his achievements for the past 2 years being in the Glass House. What has been the achievement, and what is he looking at of achieving going into the next few years of his reign as the NFF president? We'll go on this break, and when we come back, we talk more. It's the Kickoff Sports Show. All right, we start with tennis this morning, where top-ranked Jannik Sinner overcame a one-set deficit to rally to a 6-7, 6-4, 6-2 win against Thomas Martins Echeverry at the Shanghai Masters. The night after winning his 250th career match with a straight-set victory. The 23-year-old Italian faced a much sterner third-round test against the number 37 ranked Argentine under a roof inside Kixo Forest Sports City Arena. For Sinner, he will next play either number 16 ranked Ben Shelton, who defeated the Italian here last year, or Roberto Cabellas Viena of Spain. Now let's drive straight and look at what is happening at the Rolex Masters at the moment. Looking at who is through and who is planning to move through to the next round of the tennis competition. Gail Monfils is through, Jakob Mensik, Stefanos Tsitsipas, Thomas Markak, all through to the next round of that competition. Now looking at more games going down. Francis Seifel will take on Roman Staffilin by 9:30. Jerry Liheka against Ogaroon. David Goffins will take on Marco Giron by 11:15. By 11:30, Flavio Koboli will take on Novak Djokovic, while Talon Grespo will battle Alexander Zverev by 1 p.m. Moving on, and let us talk women's tournament at the Wuhan Open. WTA 1000 Magdalene yet this morning booked a place to the next round of the tournament, beating Ludmila Samsonova 6-2, 6-2. Well, she was joined by Jacqueline Christian, Katrina Alexandrova, Katrin Siniakova, and Amanda Anisimova in the next round after these players won their matches. Looking at other games going down, Paulo Bartosa will be up against Angela Tamjanovic by 10:30 at that tournament, while by 12 p.m. Mira Andreeva will take on Zhizhu Wang, and Elena Avanesian battles Mata Kostoik by 1:30 p.m. Looking at tennis here, where former world number one Naomi Osaka has pulled out of the Japan Open due to a back injury that forced her retirement from the China Open last week. The 26-year-old was forced off court in the second set of her last 16 match at the China Open in Beijing after struggling with a lower back problem against the eventual champion Coco Gauff. Osaka is scheduled to play in the Pan Pacific Open Tennis Tournament in 2024, running from October 21 to 27 in Tokyo. Moving away from tennis, let us look at what is happening in the world of basketball. Remember, preseason for the NBA is on. And let us look at what went down this morning, where Philadelphia 76ers defeated New Zealand Breakers 139 to 84 points. And the Dallas Mavericks lost 116 to 121 points against Memphis Grizzlies, as San Antonio Spurs lost 107 to 112 points against Oklahoma City Thunders, as Utah Jazz defeated Houston Rockets 122 to 113 points. Tomorrow, preseason for the NBA continues, as the Charlotte Hornets will be up against Miami Heat. Cleveland Cavaliers will battle Chicago Bulls, as Detroit Pistons battles the Phoenix Suns. Indiana Pacers will be up against Atlanta Hawks, while LA Clippers battles Brooklyn Nets. Still talking basketball as we look at updates here, where Orlando Magic center Wendell Carter Jr. agreed to a 3-year, $59 million contract extension. His agent, Mike Millar, told journalists. Now, Carter is now under contract with Magic through the 2028-2029 season for a combined $82 million, including the 2 remaining years on his current deal. Now, moving away, let's talk football here as we look at the managerial casualties ongoing in the NPFL. to Kick Off Sports Show on Solutions 93.9 FM. My name is OLADAPO, OKUNUBI. In case you're just tuning in, we've looked at updates from tennis and NBA. Now let's talk NPFL, where newly appointed technical advisor for Lobby Stars Football Club, Daniel Amokachi, on Monday assumed his role as the new man in charge. In a heartfelt introduction to the players, the Benue-born tactician emphasized his dual role as their friend, confidant, and boss, expressing a desire for a strong brotherly bond to drive the team forward. Well, the team has kicked off intensive training ahead of the highly anticipated North Central Derby against Niger Tornadoes this weekend, and moving to Lagos, looking at what happened yesterday after coach Daniel Amokachi took charge of Lobby Stars. Bright Oze Bagbe quit his role as head coach of the Nigeria Premier Football League side, Ikorodu City. Ikorodu City announced the gaffer's resignation on the social media platform. Remember, the coach helped the Oga Boys secure promotion to the NPFL last season. So, maybe more heads to roll in the Nigeria Premier Football League. Just how many matches? 5 matches in the NPFL. Let's see what goes down after maybe round 7 of games in the NPFL, or 10 matches. Now let's talk about a team that is representing Nigeria on the continent, that is Ayimba International, and the team has been handed a tough draw in the group stage of the CAF Confederations Cup. The two-time African champions are drawn in Group D with holders Zamalek of Egypt, Al Masry, who are also an Egyptian side, and Mozambique's Black Bulls. Zamalek, who recently won the African Super Cup title after a penalty shootout victory over rivals Al Ali, favorites to top the group. The top 2 teams in the group will qualify for the knockout round, but remember, the group stage for the CAF Confederations Cup will kick off in November. Now let's go straight to the Glass House, where Nigeria Football Federation President Ibrahim Gusau has promised that the Nigerian Premier Football League will continue to improve, most especially with the different development programs injected into it, which will make the league compete with top club football countries in the world. Gusau made this known while speaking on the achievements since he took over the Glass House 2 years ago.
As well as to see how we can take our league, especially the domestic league, to the level it is up to be for the benefit of all. During my campaign, I said, by the grace of God, we will see that the Super Eagles get to the finals of AFCON and qualify to the next World Cup. And to God be the glory, we were at the finals of the last AFCON. Unfortunately, we lost to the host country gallantly. And you see the Super Falcons. They were able to qualify for Olympics after 16 years of exits from that tournament. As well as you saw our under-17 girls. They won bronze medal at the last World Cup in India. And so many other things. And the way you saw our league that is improving, especially the Premier League, you see that now any team can go away and play their match and win an away match and come out without any hindrance. And we also, because we try to make sure that we improve in the area of officiating, especially in the area of the referees, we make sure that at least only competent referees were allowed to participate in our league. And every single train that they deserve to have, we try to make sure that we train them adequately, both with the support of the FIFA and CAF, as well as our internal trainings.
However, the NFF president also is optimistic that the Super Eagles of Nigeria will qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup despite a poor start. The Eagles have only recorded 3 points from 4 games, drawing 3 and losing 1. But remember, Nigeria looks good. Talk about the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers, winning 1 and drawing 1, having 4 points. Now Nigeria will face Libya for the 2024 World Cup qualifiers in a back-to-back game. But reactions have been coming through, talking about the players invited by Coach Austin Guaivon. But Coach Austin Guaivon, Super Eagles caretaker coach, has explained the reason behind his decision to snub Basiri Dizers and Tolu Aroko Dare in his squad for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying doubleheader against Libya. Desire scored 7 goals and registered 1 assist for Rangers this season. Aroko Dari has netted 6 times for Genk in the Belgian Pro League. Both were snubbed for out of form Kelechi Iheanacho. And according to the coach, he said, well, decided to pick Kelechi Iheanacho based on experience. Remember, you stick to a winning side. But there's nothing bad in changing, right? But not full changes, but maybe little changes. Now let's talk about the opponents, Libya. Libya head coach Nasser Al-Hadiri says his side will fight to earn at least a point against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The Super Eagles will entertain the Mediterranean Knights in the 2025 AFCON qualifying match day 3 encounter at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo on Friday. And well, remember, the North African side that Nigeria will be facing in the return leg on their home ground. The team is the bottom of Group D with 1 point from 2 games. Looking at talking about the AFCON qualifiers, Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey has been ruled out of Ghana's AFCON 2025 qualifier due to injury. The Ghana Football Association confirmed that Joseph Painstill also has been ruled out, including Kingsley Schindler and Osman Ibrahim from the doubleheader with Sudan. Going straight to the 3 lands of England, England's Morgan Gibbs-White, Ezri Konsa and Kobe Mainoo have been ruled out of England's Nations League game in October. But Captain Harry Kane has been passed fit by England's medical staff after going off in Bayern Munich's draw with Eintracht Frankfurt on Saturday. The 3 Lions host Greece at Wembley on Thursday before playing Finland in Helsinki on Sunday. But according to coach Lee Carsley, there is not going to be any addition into the squad. Let's go straight to another country here where Celtic defender Greg Taylor will miss Scotland's Nations League matches against Croatia and Portugal. The left back was absent for Sunday's win at Ross County after suffering a calf injury in the midweek Champions League defeat by Borussia Dortmund. Scotland head coach Steve Clarke was already without 10 players through injury, and there are doubts over Anger's gone. The Norwich City goalkeeper was withdrawn at halftime against Hull City on a Saturday after taking heavy knock to the rib. Going straight to the US, now it's not about injuries but about selections, where Mauricio Pochettino formally added his longtime assistant coaches to United States staff on Monday. His first on-field day as Greg Berhalter's replacement as national team coach. Now, who are these assistants? Jesus Perez, appointed as first assistant coach. Miguel Miquel de Agostino as assistant coach. Antonio Tony Jimenez as goalkeeper coach. And Sebastiano Pochettino, a son of the head coach, as sports scientist. Now, let's talk about a club football here, where Inter Miami CF Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez are front runners for the MLS MVP award after MLS on Monday released the complete list of the 34 nominees, which include FC Cincinnati's Lucho Acosta, Columbus Crew Cucho Hernandez, and LA Galaxy's Rick Pio. Both Suarez and Messi have met the new qualifying 2024 minimum of 1,000 minutes played in the regular season campaign, but voting opened on Monday and runs through October 21. Let's talk about Paul Pogba here, whose doping ban was reduced after Court of Arbitration for Sport CAS accepted the Juventus midfielder's argument that his ingestion of a banned substance was not intentional. CAS, who cut the ban from 4 years to 18 months, added that the France international should have paid a greater care in these circumstances. And we're also getting an update that Juventus is planning to, end his contract after the ban has finished. So, a player who racially abused Wolves forward Hee Chang Wong in preseason friendly has been given 10-match ban by FIFA, with 5 of those matches suspended for 2 years. Maka Couto, who was then playing for Como, but is now on loan to Italian second-tier division tier side Cesena, was found guilty of abusing Wong during a friendly match in Marbella in July. The incident resulted in an angry reaction from Wong teammates and a red card to Daniel Pondens. Now let's talk about transfer stories as we gradually wind down the show. Liverpool defender Jairo Konsa has signed a new 5-year contract. The 21-year-old has become an established member of Liverpool's first team squad, starting the opening day win over Ipswich Town and the Carabao Cup victory over West Ham United. But can this happen where you see a Sergio Ramos play in Africa? So Egyptian Premier League giants SC Zamalek have not entirely closed the door to the ambitious signing of World Cup winning defender Sergio Ramos, despite the player's lofty salary expectation. That's according to reports we are getting. But for Manchester United fans, maybe they'll have to endure more pains under Erik ten Hag, because the future of Erik ten Hag, 54 as Manchester United manager, will be decided at a club meeting today, with his assistant Ruud van Nistelrooy favoured to take over as a caretaker if a change is made. Although we are also getting a report that Manchester United are lining up German Thomas Tuchel as a potential replacement for Ten Hag. All right. Well, West Ham United will prize their Ghana midfielder Mohamed Kudus out of a move away from the club next summer, despite interests from Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, and Chelsea. And finally, Newcastle United will push to sign German winger Leroy Sané next summer when his contract expires at Bayern Munich. Well, my contract expires on the show this morning, and now we're back tomorrow morning to continue with the show. Coming up next is from the Dailies. My name is OLADAPO. OKUNUBI. Good morning.
Locked on to the number one radio station. Number one radio station. In the mix. The mix. And we ain't stopping.
You guys have the best music.
Turn it up. TSOL.
The remedy.
Solutions FM.